All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody to episode 5 of the Heal Me podcast. This one's going to be titled The Addictions. And now, with addictions, it doesn't always have to be with just drugs and alcohol, because I know that that's where that word addiction can be categorized into that genre and that genre only. But addictions can be good, addictions can be bad. People can be addictions. We can be addicted to people. We can be addicted to relationships. We can be addicted to good and bad things. Whatever we choose to be addicted to, it's really all learned behavior, I would say, all stemming from my previous episodes. It's just a behavior, what you learn. You know, you can be addicted to cars. You can be addicted to music. You can be addicted to books, addicted to eating, addicted to drinking. You know, I'm addicted to water. I'm addicted to pre-workout. I'm addicted to pre-workout. I am. That's one of my that's one of my confessions. I'm addicted to pre-workout. I gotta have it, you know. And that addiction developed from a trauma, a trauma of dealing with the situation, if you listen to the trauma. Um I guess I can let me go from there. I didn't know how I was going to start this really. Um, yeah, I had done my dirt back in like 2021, and I moved back to my hometown after leaving the city. And I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot of alcohol, a lot of alcohol. I didn't care about nothing. Basically, now that I look back on it, it's kind of like I was throwing a fit. I was throwing a fit bad, like being just a crybaby. You know what I mean? Because it's like, now that I look back on it, kind of grown from the situation, grown from the situation a lot. I see now that it was all my fault because I had a choice. You know, I had a choice, and I chose to do the wrong thing. And the way that I chose to deal with the consequences was I want to throw a fit. I want to throw a fit. And and then I was drinking a lot and I was posting on my social media and like I was living some big happy life, some big party animal, like I was on a cycle. I developed my cycle. And then that became an addiction, the posting on the social media. It really did. And because people can be addicted to social media. It's an addiction. And yeah, I went straight to social media and I would post like every 30 minutes. I was posting, and it's just like, and I would get like this anxious feeling if my ex wasn't watching my stuff. And that became an addiction. And there would be days where I wouldn't see this that if you go on Facebook and at the bottom it says like someone that is not your friend viewed your story because it's viewed to your story is public or whatever. So if I didn't see that, like I'd get anxious, like I'd start to lose it, kind of like and it's like I've never really been around a fiend, a drug fiend, to where it's like they're itching for that hit or they're itching for that dopamine effect or whatever. But like I guess that's how it felt. Like what's going on? I started to freak out because my addiction's not getting fed off of that post to Facebook. And so I post again, and then I check it another 15 minutes, no view. Post again, and it's just like, man, and that's where all my time and energy was going. And so to unfocus from that, I was working at a machine shop. And then there was this lady there. She was a machinist, and we were talking about something on the computer, whatever. And she was like, "Hold on." She's like, "I'm high right now," And I said, what do you got? And she's like, I got this pill. And I said, give it to me. I didn't care what it was. I didn't care. Like, I was being a baby. Now that I look back on it, just like not being myself. Be yourself, bro. Like, but yeah, she gave it to me, and it was a phentermine pill. And phentermine is a form of methamphetamine. They use it for weight loss, and they only prescribe you these pills like twice a year because they become highly addictive, and you can develop a fast tolerance. So she had them, and I took that pill, and something happened in my brain, man. And fun fact: if you know my music, the Mad Demo tape was written on phentermine and alcohol, and a lot of drama. Yeah, I actually took that pill and I went and wrote the song My Way. If you go listen to My Way, that's pure, like the pure effect of that drug. But anyways, so yeah, of course that phentermine pill is used for weight loss. So I had this boost of energy. I've never really, the only thing I had ever done before the age of 27 was like smoke marijuana here and there. And it was never an addiction because I could quit at any time. I could put it down and I could keep going about my life, whatever. I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? I've met people that are addicted to marijuana. I seen people like get in trouble with like the CPS, for their children and stuff. And like these girls would be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now because I can't smoke weed. And like they'd be crying, they're addicted. And I don't think I say like if it ain't too bad, like if it's not a bad drug, marijuana, I don't think it's a bad drug. You ain't never seen nobody kill nobody over like being high on marijuana. You know, we seen the statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like there's way more deaths due to alcohol. You know, and like the narcotics. All them other drugs, whatever. But yeah, so like I had got this boost of energy. I got this clarity in my mind from this pill. And then it became an addiction, a small one. You know what I mean? I say like the way I look at it now is like I was caught in between my old self and this new version of me that I was creating because I was throwing a fit and I felt I needed to change and be more fucking rebellious and just bullshit. but but yeah, so it's like I still had my same train of thought of who I was before the addiction took over and I became the addiction. And but it's like I don't feel like the only time I really lashed out and like acting real bad out of character was the alcohol. And that was already an addiction. I was drinking every day. But like the phentermine kind of took me away from that because I could concentrate, I guess you could say. And I started working on my craft, you know what I mean? And that's when I wrote the Mad Demo tape and leaning towards that, I started working out, going to the gym. Um, but then, and so like, of course, like it's a prescription. And so I started buying them off the street. I found somebody and I could get them. And then I started stealing them. I started stealing them. If I couldn't buy them, I'm going to get them. So I started to see there, like my old self was telling me, man, this is getting bad. You're going to have to do something different because this is getting bad. And so I went to the nutrition store and I had heard that they had a appetite suppressant. And that's basically kind of like phentermine, you know what I'm saying? But you got to get phentermine from the doctor. And so I went in there and I told them, man, I'm on phentermine. And I heard y'all got the over-the-counter one. And they're like, oh, you want a meal suppressant? And I was like, yeah. And so they gave it to me. And so, like, I got off the phentermine, though. I haven't taken that in years. But they gave me the over-the-counter one. And like I was taking them, I started working out, and that's when I found the pre-workout too. So like I took all these supplements to give me that boost of energy that the phentermine would do. And so, but when I would come down from the over the counter meal suppressants, like they would make me feel ugly. I don't know, it's not like phentermine, but I just stopped taking them all together and I just stick with the pre-workout. I still, and I've been taking it for years. And people are like, "Oh, you going to the gym?" Nope. And like I be trying to get back in the gym to make that, but that's what I'm saying. I need to develop those good addictions because I know I can do it because I was in the gym every day. There was a time when I was in the gym twice a day and I felt good because like let me put it like this. I done my research on it a little bit and like say if you're like a sex addict, you know what I'm saying, or you got like, other issues, um the what is it, consistently working out gives you the same like chemical release that sex does. So I was in that motherfucker twice a day, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to change my bad habits to good habits. So you got to figure out a way. You got, and that's if you want to change. You know what I'm saying? I've done this over and over again. It was a cycle. It was a cycle that I developed, you know, every time me and my ex would get in a fight and we separate for 1, 2 months, you know what I'm saying? But I want to figure out what the problem was. And I thought if I changed, she would change. But it didn't work out like that. But I felt good doing it, you know, going on that journey and finding yourself. And that's what I'm on now. And I'm going deeper with it this time, you know what I mean? I'm like really sticking to it. And I haven't made my way to the gym back yet because I'm in a new city now and everything. But, uh, trying to develop or like spending time with your children, make that an addiction. A lot of people do not do it, whether you think so or not. But anyways, yeah, I'm addicted to pre-workout. Um, I take one that's more expensive and I get a different effect from it. But that's the way, like, I had to tell myself. So it's like if you addicted to pills, take vitamins because they say too. It's just like it's like if you're addicted to something, you have to find like the counter effect of it, the counter measure. You have to counter measure it, or so it's like they said. I went and seen a lot of people from my alcohol because I thought I needed help, but it's just like I had to click it in my brain like this wasn't me. You know what I mean? I developed an addiction and I was on a cycle, all the thing, But I went and saw people and they were like, "Oh, it's because your throat chakra. You don't feel heard," and that was true all through my childhood. And so now when I'm on alcohol, what happens? Like I start lashing out and I start talking mad shit to anybody, being loud, being obnoxious. Like it's not fun. It was fun in the beginning. It ain't fun no more. I outgrew it. But yeah, they say so when the alcohol goes down your throat, it opens up the chakra, and that's when you start to release everything that you've suppressed and where you keep your mouth shut. And that's true. Like I never stuck up for myself as far as like family members, in relationships. I never really spoke up back in the day. But when I'm on that alcohol, like I go overdrive, like overdrive. But that's why I'm saying like that ain't me. I don't want to be like that. So I changed that addiction to where it's like the alcohol is liquid. And that's what I had to put together. The alcohol is liquid and I'm addicted to it, or it was an addiction. And so like every day I drink that pre-workout or I take vitamins in powder form. Instead of putting the alcohol inside of me, which is bad, I'll put something in drink form that can better me, that can help me. And that's how I say, like, I've been to NA meetings and there was a dude, he had a pill problem and he had overdosed already like twice, like literally died and come back to life because it was laced with fentanyl and he didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? That's a big problem today. Like a lot of this stuff is laced with that fentanyl and a lot of people don't know. But yeah, he was like, "Man, how are you gone so long without drinking?" I was like, "Man, I replaced my bad habits with my good. If I can go to those links to destroy myself, then I can go to those links to better myself." because my addictions were pretty bad. Like if I went to the store and they already cut off the alcohol, I knew a way to finesse the game, and I'm leaving with some alcohol. I steal it, you know. I would steal it, and or like I said with the fentanyl, I couldn't buy it. I knew where to go get it, and I'm gonna take it, you know. And that's what I was doing. That's what I'm saying. We can go to those links. We're risking our freedom. We're risking, relationships with people that we stealing from, or we stealing from the store, all that stuff. Then you can go to those same links to better yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I was telling him. I said, "You're addicted to pills?" I said, "Well, go get some vitamins, and there's your pills. Trick your brain into thinking that that's the drug, because it's just your brain." You know what I mean? Like, even like with the whole addiction thing, it's kind of like we trick ourselves into doing it. We tell ourselves, like, if you do something good, like be sober for 2 months, then we tell our brain, like, it's cool. You didn't do it for 2 months. You deserve this. Or like even with me, we go to shows, and it's like, man, we went up there, we rocked the stage, man. You deserve a drink. But we know damn well that we ain't gonna take one drink. I know damn well I ain't taking one drink, and I know damn well I ain't taking one shot. So it's best just to stay away from it altogether. But that's what the brain does. They say it's a sickness, it's a sickness, And then, so it's like I put that together the other day when I was talking to my artist, because we all got our addictions, right? And so he was calling me and he apologized. And I said, man, it's all good, bro. Just, as long as you working on it, you know what I'm saying? You wrote a whole album. We wrote a whole album for him. He wrote a whole album, and we recorded it and mixed it all in one day. And he was happy because we did it sober. Because we've been in the studio where I'm fucked up and he's fucked up, and we get nothing done. We don't get nothing done. We think we're doing good. We think that we're being productive. We think that that's the brain. But it's like, man, I'm telling you, I get so much done sober, and like trading my bad addictions for good addictions. Like, it's like a release, because like I get stressed out. I'll become like very self-destructive. I'm very critical on myself, and like I put myself down a lot if I don't achieve the goals that I have set for myself. I don't care what anybody say. Like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Nah, like I'll do that to myself, and there's a harder effect on it, me doing it to myself, than like somebody telling me like you're a fuck up. But me telling myself I'm a fuck up is like way harsher, you know. But yeah, the addictions, and then like, so that's just my addictions. You know what I'm saying? I'm addicted to pre-workout. I'm addicted to vitamins. I'm addicted to alcohol, or alcohol is an addiction. I've been clean because I had come to the realization when I started doing these podcasts. I already had been clean probably like a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. But like me doing these podcasts, I'm making it an addiction. I do it twice a week. So even with that, like I said, like in one of my other episodes, is like I get off of work, and like my brain tells me, well, the bar's still open. You still got 30 minutes to get to the bar. And that's how I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because of course the convenience stores, they stop selling alcohol like at midnight or 1 o'clock, but the bars stay open till 2. So I tell myself, the bar's still open. You can go get one more. That's how I used to be, man. And that's why, fucking stupid, just dumb. But it's like I tell myself, you go do that. You're not going to have the energy tomorrow to do that podcast. And that's why you have a choice. And that's me giving myself a choice. Go do it. And then tomorrow you don't have the energy or the drive to do your good addiction. That's what I'm saying. You got to find what you can be addicted to good and bad things. So, and then you have a choice what to choose. Like, oh, you go do that. You're going to lose your family. You know, oh, you go do that, you gonna lose that job or you making that money. You're not gonna go to work tomorrow. That's what I was doing. I was drinking a lot, and I'd have to call in the next day, or I'd be late. You know, and in West Texas, they really don't care, man. They let you get away with murder over there. But I'm in the city now, like, shoot, I'll get fired. Like, it's a whole different mindset. You know, it's all a mindset, and that's all there is to do out there is party and get in trouble. You know, that's where dreams go to die. That's how I feel, because my dreams was dead for 4 years. And now I'm just on the move, like, and this feels great. You know, I feel great. You know what I mean? I'm sober, and I just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I've been writing songs. I'm doing good. I'm finding myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having no random sex. I ain't even having conversations because a lot of people are damaged, and it's up to you if you're going to let them in. And they're going to bring their addictions to you. They're going to put you on their cycles. Then you don't even know if they're just using you for a distraction so they don't have to face their trauma. It all builds into one, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, so it's like, man, if you don't like your addiction and you want to change, then you just have to work at it every day to develop new addictions to countermeasure the bad ones. Like, I know a lot of people that cheat a lot and they feel bad afterwards. So that ain't you. If you didn't feel bad, then and you're headed to normal. But if you going and cheating on your girl, then it's not you. It's just learned behavior, and you think it's cool. There's something in it that gives you an effect. It gives you that dopamine release. It gives you like, oh, I can have any girl I want. I can have any dude I want. And you're hurting this other person that don't believe in it, because if they haven't done it back, but if they do it back, then it's either revenge or you're teaching them how you want to be treated because you're doing it to them. You know, I'd get phone calls like, man, I don't want to be like this. I don't know why I did this to my girl again, type stuff. So it's like, the way I look at it, it's kind of like an addiction. You're going and entertaining these other females, but if you put in that same effort that you're putting into these girls that are damaged, because one, they probably know you're in a relationship and they get off on it. Two, there's something lacking in themselves that once you feed them that little bit of attention, they bite the hook and they feed into it. So this is a damaged woman altogether. This is a damaged dude altogether. Like, if you like promiscuous women, then it's like you damaged. There's something wrong in your brain. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. But if you could take that addiction of giving that attention to these women that really don't mean nothing to you and give it to your person that you're with already and make that an addiction, do you know how much life could be? Life could be great. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're putting life into this stranger. You're putting life into this girl. And these are just people, I'm talking about, like, cheating. You know what I mean? That are out here giving the attention to these other people that don't mean nothing to you. But you have someone at home. You have someone that you love. Because if you know, it's like, if you didn't love them, you wouldn't feel bad for doing it. But I feel like if you love them, then you wouldn't do it at all. You know what I mean? Then you don't love that woman. You don't respect her. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect your relationship. And so that's how other people view it. If you're out here living that type of life, you know, feeding into your addiction of cheating, you don't respect you. You don't respect your significant other. You don't respect your relationship. So this new person is the same. They see you don't respect nothing. So they don't respect you. And then they go into those relationships with that new person you cheated with. Bro, they don't respect. It's no respect all the way around. But it's like I say, if you're addicted to cheating, you're addicted to entertaining other people, take that dopamine effect and put that energy and life that you're giving to that other person, that stranger, into your person. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to go and flirt with a girl, Flirt with a guy. Flirt with your girl. Flirt with your guy. Yeah, they may make you mad or whatever, but it's like at that point, if it's over and over and it's constant, it becomes an addiction of fighting, addiction of and I know relationships gonna have fights, a relationship's gonna have ups and downs, but like if you're over here breaking stuff, if you're over here putting each other in jail, like at some point you gotta learn when to cut your losses. I ain't saying to go start doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just learned behavior and that's learned addiction. You know, the whole toxicity, toxic relationships. And I don't even know, like, cause like 4 or 5 years ago, that word toxic, I don't think was around. I think it's just all developed off of social media, just like the word narcissist. Like, you know, and it's just like the go-to. It's just learned behavior, you know, and it becomes an addiction. It's addicting to like get physical, and then you break up to make up. You know, you have that makeup sex, and it's like you don't have to do that. You know, some people are addicted to it though, but in the brain, this and you allow it, so the brain will tell the person like this is okay. They like it. Keep doing it. Keep going further. Now cheat on him. Now cheat on her. You're going too far now. And then we're sitting and crying about it when you're the one who did it. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was being a big baby, you know, trying to drown myself in alcohol. Like I was doing it to myself, like I was gonna affect the other person. Like it's dumb, the mindset. Fix yourself. Be better. You know what the problem is, then stop doing it. And it's probably one of your addictions. You know, a lot of us, like me and some of my boys that we talk, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to get through this whole healing process. You know, it's becoming a movement. It's the it's the Heal Me podcast. It's the Heal Me journey, you know what I mean? And it's just like staying true to ourselves, getting rid of the bad addictions and replacing them with good ones. So it's like that's why I say like the whole cheating addiction, because people can be addicted to it. You know, the thrill of it, that we can get caught at any time, or I don't know what it is, man. I didn't like it. I was more addicted to the love that I was given. You know what I mean? But I should have been doing it at home. I already had somebody, you know, but that person didn't want me neither. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of resentment. There's a lot of, you know, there was a lot of red flags, and I didn't get out when I should have. And I was more addicted to the love that I was given, and that's what it could be too. Love is an addiction, and I think that's why I say that's one of my vices. You know what I mean? Like, if I love you, like I'm addicted to it. I want to keep making you smile. I want to write songs about you. I want to I want to take you out. Like you got, you know what I'm saying? You got to go listen to Lies and Goodbyes, man. And shout out Lies and Goodbyes, man. That thing's skyrocketing right now. I don't even know how. I'll be looking at the analytics, trying to see, like, man, and it's like I'm off of Facebook right now, and they say like Facebook is my number one, like how people are clicking on the link. I don't know. Like I still got some pages up. You know, my engineer be running them and posting for me, but I just find that kind of crazy how I don't really be promoting nothing right now because I'm going on this healing journey. But I feel like that's what it is. Like I've created this addiction of getting better, and I'm putting that type of energy out just overall. You know, keeping a good mindset, keeping a positive mindset, and like in return, like I'm getting blessed. Cause like it's really moving. I think within 2 or 3 days, it's putting up 100 plays, and then I was just like, "What? I'm not promoting anything." So shout out anybody that is. If y'all are, I don't know. I'm more focused on healing myself and being a better person and creating that addiction. Because if I can drink every day, then I can get better every day. If I can pop them pills every day, I can get better every day. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't think that. They got a real negative mindset that, or they were shown this type of behavior of getting high every day. And that's why I like that line by Drake where he says, like, there's more to life than staying in and getting high with you, because that's how some people live. You know, some people really are addicted to that lifestyle. And I'm not, and I can't live it. It's not me. It's miserable. It's horrible. I gotta be productive, or else I'll be real bad on myself. You know what I mean? I'll be real critical on myself. I'm a real critical person, and I need to see results. So just laying around all day doing nothing, it's like, nah. It's cool to take a break here and there, because I've been in that lifestyle too, where I was addicted to working. You know what I mean? And I didn't have enough time for my kids. I didn't spare no time for my kids. I didn't spare no time for my family, because work can become an addiction. Just staying busy, I think that's what it is. But it's like, if you're with your children, like, you're busy, and they're also enjoying your time. You're around people that love you, you know. But we get so caught up in, like, pleasing others. That's how I look at it. It's like, if you're giving you so much time and effort into a job that will replace you, but we think in our brain, like, if my work ethic, if I go into overtime for these people, that they're gonna keep me around. But sometimes it doesn't play out like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, life's all about choices, and you got to go with your intuition. You got to stick to your gut. You got to be yourself. Like I say, be yourself. Just always be yourself, man. Nothing could go wrong, really. It can't. Your life will be good, because you know inside, like, your insides. Like, I don't know if a lot of people don't have that intuition, or they don't feel it in, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the guilty conscience, or it's like the bad angel, the good angel. You know, we know. You know what I mean? You hear that inner voice tell you, don't do this. You hear the inner voice telling you, like, do it, just do it. Take that, have that faith, have that, take that jump, take that risk, and it always works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took that risk of quitting my job. Like, it blows my mind, because I was never like that. I've never walked out on a job, nothing like that. But something told me, like, just quit. And so I quit. And my other job that is way easier, like, I'm not hot, I'm not sweating. It's like a teenager job, you know what I mean? And, like, they gave me a raise, and they gave me more hours, and my checks come out to the same as what I was making over there, sweating, working overnight, with the differential pay, all that. And I'm making the same. My checks come out the same. And I got more energy, though, to do these podcasts. I got more energy to be with my kids. I got more energy to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I accumulated a lot of sleep debt. I had another spiritual guy tell me, man, he's like, you got to take it easy, man. You know, you're going to acquire some sleep debt. You're going to have to pay up. And that's true. You know, a lot of addicts like to stay up for days, but it's like, you just acquiring sleep debt. So yeah, but like, addictions can be good, addictions can be bad. Back to that. And whatever you choose to be addicted to, it's either going to destroy you, or it's going to make you better. We're creatures of habit. It's all habits that we acquire. And we tell ourselves, like, I'm going to stop. But then, like, but if you can go back to the beginning when it was even introduced to you, something told you not to do it. This is getting bad. This isn't you. And you have to listen to those inner voices. You got to. Because I'm telling you, that's what I started to do instead of going against the grain and trying to be cool, trying to party. I'm not no party. I don't party. Like, I didn't party for 27 years. What the fuck am I doing? You know, and it's just like, be true to myself. I got to be true to myself. Like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're so boring. And it's like, maybe. I don't know if it is. It feels good. That's all I can say. Like, cause that shit ain't fun, man. Look at it. Like whatever lifestyle, whatever you're doing that's become an addiction and it's not good, look at yourself. Sit back and really look at yourself. If you're on drugs, like what's the life that you're living? You're either inside all day just tripping, geeking, looking out the window, stealing from people, robbing mailboxes, trying to cash checks that are not your checks. Like, how is that? But just to go buy more drugs. Like, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound fun. Risking your freedom. If you're addicted to selling drugs, man, you got to ride around all day and just worry about laws and somebody trying to rob you. Dope fiends coming up and they're going to rob you. Like, what's the point? Like, I want to build empires, man. Like, this isn't my life. Like, by any means, though, like, I respect the lifestyle if you're trying to get out. Like, I've had homeboys that, sold drugs, and I've sold drugs too. And I got away from it because I had I'm gonna be honest, like, I had got high. I had smoked some weed and I was sitting there and I was looking at myself and it's like, what are you doing? You're acting like a fucking teenager, man. You're walking around, you got your strap in your backpack, you got everything in the backpack, you got the scale, you got the bags. Like, I developed, and it was an addiction. And I'd re-up and I kept on going. At one time I did need it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, I didn't. Now that I look back and it's like I didn't. I was just drinking a lot and I didn't want to fucking go get a real job. I didn't have the discipline to go back and get a real job. So, like, I still had my job, and on the side, I was selling. And my daughter's birthday came around, and I paid for the whole thing with drug money. I paid for the whole party with drug money. So, like, I was grateful for that. Like, I still kept up with my responsibilities, I guess, but it's like, it's dumb. Because it could have been bigger and it could have been better if I had just been myself, you know? And really, life is all an addiction. I believe that. Life is all an addiction. It's just whatever you choose to be addicted to. Bettering yourself or killing yourself. And if you're killing yourself, what's the trauma that you're running from? That you found this distraction and it became an addiction and now you developed a new cycle and you're going round and round and round. And where do you think you're going to go? Where do we think where did I think I was going to go? Because I went there. I fucking went there, man. I fucking got arrested. You know what I mean? I went to jail because that's what it's going to lead to. And that's the bad addictions, though. That's just like bad addictions. Where are they going to lead you? But if you can develop a good, if you have we all do, everybody does. We have the ability to develop addictions. We are creatures of habit. So if you can develop those addictions of being bad, of self-destructing, then you have the ability to develop the addictions of healing yourself, the addictions of bettering yourself. We have them. We just choose not to do it because society tells us that it's not fun. We get on social media and we see everybody partying. And some people can go party for one day, but to some people it becomes an addiction because we're running from trauma. You know what I mean? Some people really do just go out and celebrate. I'm here celebrating, I just turned 21, I'm gonna get drunk, and then they never drink again type shit. Because that's not their addiction, like that's not what they want to be addicted to. Some people try crystal meth for the first time and they never do it again because they don't like the way it feels. Some people smoke weed and they don't like the way it feels. Some people do cocaine and they don't like the way it feels. Some people have random sex with people and they don't like the way it feels. It's all about what you choose to do. You know, I like success. I love success. I love results. I love putting my mind to something and it coming out like not even how I planned, but better. That's my addiction. I love to be better. I love better. I want a good life, man. You know, I want to put my art. I'm an artist. I'm a writer, all that, you know. And it's not about being a rapper. Nah, like that whole thing. I think being a rapper got categorized wrong. Like that's just the type of genre that I'm in. But I'm an artist, man, because I'll paint you a picture with my words. I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people tell me, like, man, I don't like listening to your podcast because you make me look at myself. And that's the thing is, like, I'm not, and a lot of people will take it wrong, like, oh, you think you're so much better. And it's just like, what? I didn't, no, I'm telling my story, but it's making people look at themselves because a lot of people don't know how they're living. A lot of people don't look at themselves. You know, just because you were done wrong doesn't mean you got to do wrong. Now you're choosing to be this way. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. You became an addiction of being toxic because maybe that's all you've ever seen. But in your soul, what does your soul tell you? I told people, it's like you're out there living that lifestyle. Does it feel good when you're doing it? Well, no. Well, why do you do it? Well, it's all that I know. And it's like, I used to call bullshit on that. But I understand now. Like, yeah, maybe it is all you've ever known. But you have to choose to break free from it, break the cycle. Just because you saw your mom do toxic shit to her boyfriends, where's your mom at? She's single, right? You know, because she maybe developed some karma. Why do you want to go down that way? That's the way I see it. It's just like I see my homeboys, and yeah, they get to fuck a lot of girls and they fuck around with hoes per se, and they got a girl at home. But if I look up to him and I see him doing these things and I want to do them too, because I want to fit in, where is he at? He's constantly fighting with his girl. He's constantly trying to make things up to his girl because he keeps doing. He's addicted to it. He's addicted to bad behavior. So if like he's giving his attention to these other girls and cheating on his girl and disrespecting his girl, why can't he countermeasure it and do the opposite? If I'm killing myself every day, why can't I countermeasure it and better myself every day? Why would I want to bring someone into my world and I'm out here looking for my person in the club? I'm going to get it. Where am I at? I'm partying. I'm going to get a party girl. And then why is she partying? She's damaged. And I'm partying because I'm damaged. I feel like you just got to change your addictions, man, if you want to get better. If you're good with it, you're content with it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like these addictions develop from trauma, trying to suppress the trauma, trying to run from the trauma, trying to run from problems, coping mechanisms, you know? And it's just learned behavior. Even the toxicity of social media, it's very toxic. It's very immature. I was doing it, so I know. And it's like we're in relationships or we're not in relationships. I don't know. We're just having sex, and it's like you post something, and then the dude gets mad, and then he posts something, and it's just like, man, call that girl, call that dude. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all letting the whole world into your relationship, but it's all you know. It's an addiction. That, like I said, man, I would post like every 10 minutes. Every 15, 30 minutes, checking. Did she check it? Did she see it? And everybody else is doing the same thing. We all know we're guilty of it. That's what it's for. That's what we choose to use it for. That's our addiction. And that's why I stay off of it. I'm choosing to go a different route this time because I want to grow. I don't want to stay stuck in that. And a lot of people are doing the same. But there's a majority of people not doing it. So that, like I said, it's like monkey see, monkey do. You see your friend doing it and you want to do it too. But are you being true to yourself? That's just me, and that's my new addiction. Being myself. For real, man. And I feel a whole lot better. I ain't never felt this way in I don't know how long. And it's like I can't blame nobody. I'm not blaming nobody. I will not blame anybody but myself. Because I chose to do those things. Nobody put no gun in my head and told me to do it. I chose to do it because I don't know, like I was being a brat. I was being a little girl, man. I was being immature. And it became an addiction. And I was doing it every day consecutively. Expecting what? I don't know, man. I look back on it, it's like I wasted a lot of time. Because it's only been close to 2 months of living this lifestyle. And look how I feel. Why would I want to get away from that? Why would I want to get away from myself? Why would I not want to be myself? Because I've been down that road. I've been a product of my addictions. I've been a product of following the crowd. I've been a product of the social media, the fake lifestyle. I've been a product of it. And what did I get? Damage, doing damage, causing damage, a product of damage. I welcomed everybody into my cycle. And it was all developed of addictions, distractions, cycles, all from my trauma. Angry, sad. But on social media, I look happy, man. I was getting comments like a motherfucker. I was getting invites like a motherfucker. Everybody want to party. Fuck that shit. Let's create something. Let's be better. Let's put this stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the gym and like really work out. Not go to the gym and videos of us so we can get likes. Like, man, it's just like, I can't believe that. Like, you're a robot. I've never done. I did. I went to the gym and I would film myself, but I was really working out. But then I posted on my story trying to make one of my exes mad. Immature. But it was an addiction. How far you willing to go with that addiction? Like, you willing to, like, it's humiliating. I was humiliating myself. That's how I feel. Like, if I was me now, looking back on myself, doing that shit, it's like, man, you're stupid. I don't know, man. I'm real. People say I'm harsh, man, with my words or whatever, but it's the truth. Would you rather me lie and be like, man, you look good, man, you buff. Man, that video looks good. It's a cool angle. Nah, man, you stupid. because I wasn't trying to post my progress, even though I was getting better. But then when I didn't get the results that I wanted, she didn't feed into it, I would stop working out and I'd go back to drinking. So I was doing it all for the wrong reasons. That's why I say, like, that distraction of social media while I'm trying to do better. That's why I'm saying you got to get rid of all distractions. Because if I didn't have the social media, so I could see that my ex was watching me, I would have concentrated more on the results that I was getting in the gym, because I was getting mad results. I was working out because I was about to go start filming The Rain. So when I went into The Rain, man, like, I felt good physically, not mentally, because I was still playing that social media game. I was still addicted to that social media. But if I could have just concentrated on myself, I would have been on this process a long time ago. Got rid of all the distractions and not developed these types of addictions, I would have been so far in life. And then it's like, okay, like, I'm not dwelling on no past, because, like, man, I'm enjoying this. I enjoy myself. I enjoy finding myself. I enjoy recording these podcasts, telling my story. I had to go through that so I could be on here and develop this addiction of telling my story. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. I really didn't. It's just like, I said, just go on there and push record, man. And that's what I love. I love winging it. Most of my music videos, the movie, The Worst, we winged at least 75% of all this. We just go in, I got a vision, we go in, turn the camera on, and let's get it. And the results are always just magnificent. Why? Because I'm being myself. Let's go up, man. Even if they ain't got no mic check on this show, and it's like, even in mic check, like, I feel like I can't really do my thing, whatever, but it's just like, it's cool. I'll go up there and make sure everything sound good. But when it comes to when I'm here to perform, I gotta put on a show. And I'll get GM and I'll take him under my wing. We gonna do it like this, like this, like this, and people love it. We gonna wing it. Let's just go out there, feel the vibe, man. We gotta see what we're up against. We can't really, because nothing ever goes as planned. Nothing ever goes as planned. And that's when the expectations get let down. Well, I thought it was going to go like this. I thought it was going to go like that. But I felt like if you just being yourself, what expectations is there? If you're being yourself, like, man, I was being myself and that person wasn't feeling it, I got no expectations. What do I expect from you? To like me? I expect you to like my music? I expect it? Nah. This is me. If you don't like it, then I'm not for you. Then you don't like my music. You don't like me as a person. There's no expectations. What do I expect if I'm being myself? I don't expect you. You're telling me that you don't rock with me. I was just being myself and you don't rock with me. That's why I say be yourself. So I'm getting close to that 1 hour mark. And if I could tell anybody anything from this episode, we are all creatures of habit. If you don't know that. Addictions can be good, addictions can be bad. If we can go to these links to destroy ourselves, we can go to those same links to better ourselves. It's gonna take time. And time heals. So over time, I feel like if you constantly going after bettering yourself, it's gonna happen. Because you're putting it out there. Put it in your heart. Chase after it. Make it a desire to be addicted to being better if you want to get better. If you don't, then by all means. But if you want to get better, you want to change, make it an addiction. And it'll happen. Find yourself, be yourself, and you'll find happiness.
I'm gonna call this one Heal Me.
You spend nights in the club and you be around people. You tired of taking drugs, tired of feeling evil. You let these men touch you, said you tired of being single. Said you wanna be submissive cause you tired of feeling equal. You want something different, maybe come and raise some kids with me. Tired of that small town mentality, you want some vitality. Relationships fatality, you see me go for mine and you say that you proud of me. You wanna know how I got so much drive. All the heartbreaks, all the wasted time. It's all about where you set your mind.